Hello, hello, everyone. Good evening. How are you? Can you believe it? I'm on time. For like the first time ever in history. No. Welcome, everyone. Hope you're having an amazing evening, afternoon, morning, wherever it is you are, wherever you're watching us. Danilo, first comment. Hello. How are you? Thanks. I hope you guys are having a great day. It is raining back again here in Tulum, Mexico, and apparently we have another storm coming in, so I'm not so excited about that. But it is hurricane season, so those are the cons of living in the beautiful tropics. Hello, beautiful. Hi, Angel. Hi, Jerry. Welcome, guys. How are you? How was your day? Que o seu dia, voy a intentar leer esto, que seu dia seja repleto de alegria e felicidade, para quem lembra, faz questão de lembrar de você todos os dias. Seja recíproco, porque amanhã poderia ser tarde. Tenha uma boa noite. Espero haberlo leído bien. Intenté lo mejor. I tried. My Portuguese is not so great. Buenos Aires, Omar, buenas noches. ¿Cómo estamos? Bueno, chicos, a practicar el inglés, por favor, porque recuerden que les dije, empezamos a hacer el podcast y bueno, como que me tengo que terminar definiendo en un idioma y digo, inglés, chicos, vamos a practicar el inglés juntos, intentaré hablarlo lento. Cada día más hermosa. Gracias, Manuel. Bienvenidos. Pretty Woman. Hi. All right, guys. Let's go with tonight. Alta dosis de energía para vibrar alto. Así es, Mario. Muy bien. Buenas noches. Okay, I wanted to start... I had to read this because I thought it was so cute. It was good Portuguese. Thanks, Danilo. It says, hey, Jenny, you've been such a blessing and inspiration to me. I told you before that I come from a religious background, and I'm still very devout in my faith. But there's certain things that I was raised to believe were taboo. For example, sexuality is one of them. But through you, I've come to understand and appreciate the spiritual nature of sensuality and sexuality. I've actually begun working as a spiritual guide, and one thing I encourage people to do is explore and accept their sensual nature, and I've told a lot of people about what you do. So thank you. So thank you for your work, and I hope and pray that you are blessed for what you do, and now you help people, and I hope that more people, sorry, did I just do that twice? Sorry. More people come to understanding of the spiritual and sensual side of sexuality, like I have learned thanks to you. You're a beautiful woman, but thanks that you're a beautiful soul. God bless you and all you do, and thank you again. Thank you. I love that. Yeah, I try my best. You know, I try to be as, I guess you could say, not neutral as possible when it comes to these topics, and try to speak about sexuality and energy in my best way possible. So I'm glad that some of you are actually taking it to heart, and you're taking that information and using it for your benefit, because the most important thing is for you to benefit from it and to change your life and change the next generations. I think at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. I mean, because you know, most of us, we've already gone through our teenage years. So the important thing is that the generation that comes afterwards at least has some feedback, you know, and some good information about energy and sex and sexual energy overall, because it is highly, highly important. Hey, Angel, I'm fixing to start working days next week so I can watch and listen to you without interruptions. I can't wait. No way. Are you really? Oh, man. So that means I got to be on time. Okay, I'm going to remember you, Angel. Before we start, I gotta be on time. Some of you have changed your schedule just for me. That means a lot. Thank you so much. Okay, guys. So just wanted to share that, and let's go with today's topic. It's something that actually came to my mind today, which I realized that a lot of us need proof, right? We need proof to motivate ourselves so that we know that whatever it is, like I could talk all day about motivation and energy and positive energy, right? And mental training and how to train your brain to think better and to think optimistically. But the thing is that at the end of the day, you can only understand that one thing is hearing it, right? Another thing is actually putting it to work. Now, what happens if you're in a situation that we've talked about emotions so much and how emotions are the ones that actually control what happened to the color there? Control our energy. So if you're a person, right, and you're watching me right now, and you're one of these people that are in a stage in your life, because these are stages, we all go through stages, where you burst into anger really, really fast, okay, because somebody just said something that you don't like. Whatever I mentioned in the show, you're gonna spend minutes or hours later on, because every time we make a mistake that we know affects our emotional level later on, we actually we nag about it on our heads for a really long time, saying, man, if I could have just taken a deep breath and reacted differently to that situation, it would have been so much different. And you go over the situation, you go over the scenario of what you could have said, how you could have said it, how you would have changed the words a little bit to not offend anybody or to not be offended, or how silly you were to take things so, close to your heart when maybe it wasn't personal. And you lose more time, right? You lose more time of your day thinking of how you would have done things differently, which in reality, it's not horrible, but at the same time, you don't really get anywhere. So I have to understand, we all go through those stages of learning and changing these thoughts, these patterns really that we have, because these are patterns that we bring up with us since the moment we're born, since the moment that we're being raised and we're being taught things. We are feeding from the situations that our parents go through. If you're in a loving relationship, if you're in a loving family relationship where your parents are happily married and everything, you're going to absorb that, hey, being in a relationship, it's something positive, it's something loving, it's going to be easy for you to express love. And the opposite as well. If you're raised in an environment where your parents, like for example, my parents were, they never got divorced until my dad passed away. But I always have said, and I told my mom this, like, man, if they would have gotten divorced way before, it would have been so much better for my brother and me. Because you're put into situations of stress, of negativity, and the example that you get from your parents, being in this in this environment of negativity, basically, is not going to help you at all, because you're going to be raised in the way that you're going to express love. It's not going to be the way that you're supposed to express love. So if you don't see your parents hugging lovey-dovey and kissing and all that and expressing affection, how are you supposed to know what affection is, right? So you have to start learning, you have to start training yourself to learn how to show affection. So this is in an affectional level, but what about situations of anger? Like if you come from families where all the time you would hear your dad or your mom complaining and yelling about something, well, for you, the way that it's normal in your family, and maybe nobody takes it in the wrong way, is jumping and screaming about something or making a really big deal out of something, when in reality, it's, hey, chill. It's almost like you have to rewire your brain and change yourself so you can change future generations, because it all comes down to you, basically, because you're the one watching, and me, right? We're the ones that have that decision making of saying, are the next generations going to be the same as the same teachings that we've gotten from our parents that unfortunately were, with all due respect, but they were very ignorant towards a lot of topics. And that's just because in today's era, we have technology, and technology allows us to access so much more information about the brain, about emotions, about energy, about sexual energy, frequencies, etc. So we are in a perfect era to actually make these huge changes, teach other people maybe in even older generations so they can better themselves to then change the world, right? So it's like start slowly, a little grain, and then, go big. But what I'm trying to get to is that we need motivation, and we need self-motivation. How do we acquire self-motivation? So if you just watched a Jenny Live and we were talking about the emotions of anger and distress, and I'm telling you, listen, when somebody is saying something that you're not okay with, remember that you're a reflection of that person. So just take a deep breath and understand that you are learning about this, you are learning about this mental training, and there's something you can do about it, but the person that's in front of you probably just watches or plays video games all day or doesn't watch any of these topics, so they have no clue of what you've just learned and are learning. So you have to put yourself always in the best seat of the house and saying, I'm going to be the better man, right? And let the other person blow some steam. But the thing is that you're not going to be able to achieve this right away. It's almost not impossible. Nothing's impossible, but it's very rare that you're going to achieve this kind of mental training right away just from, oh, so I heard Jenny, I've been meditating, or I've been doing this, and in a month, poof, I am no longer reacting to anybody's anger. That's just not going to happen. It's not realistic, because we have to think, first, you can't be too hard on yourself, okay? You have to think that you are coming from a really long lifeline of generations. It's in your DNA. It's embedded in your DNA. And these generations have taught you exactly that genetic, even in an emotional level of bursting into tears for no reason, or, well, actually, that's not a bad thing. That's emotional, but getting angry for no reason, right? Let's talk about short-tempered, where you're basically generating negativity, or jealousy, insecurity, right? All these things, if they weren't triggered at some point in your life, they were triggered at some point in your life, and a lot of them actually come from genes, okay? So you become who you are today, and this is a decision that you can decide today to say, I want to mold it, I want to change it, I want to, I don't want to be this version of myself. I don't want to burst out into anger because something that was said just made me insecure about myself, or all of a sudden be really jealous from my couple and not have that trust that we need. So in able to do that, we need to start in baby steps, okay? So you can't possibly expect to have a programming in your mind of a whole years of your life, especially like the older you are, the more difficult it is for you to train your mind again, to recodify everything. Sorry, I don't know if that's the word, codify, but you get me. Now I'm thinking, is it a word? So it's sorry. So you have to understand and give yourself a break. Okay, I have some of my, I guess I could call them patients. Some people that I treat in energy that come to our center here, and months later they'll write to me and they'll say, Jenny, I need some advice. This is happening to me, but I was so centered, and all of a sudden everything is all over my shoulders again, and I don't know what to do. I'm stressed out again, and then they're having health issues again. So it's like the positivity and the calmness and the meditation state lasts them for a couple of months, and then they're back into the stress level. And the first thing is, listen, you can't be that hard on yourself to say, ooh, I just reacted wrong to this situation and I caused so much negativity, and that's going to affect me later on. When you have to be aware and you have to be realistic that these are years of coding. Okay, so we're talking about a whole life of coding that you all of a sudden are learning about the mind, you're learning about the brain, you're learning about energy and your emotions, and you're saying, hey, I want to rewire myself. Okay, so when you don't do it, don't worry. It's totally fine. It's okay. You're going to get it the next time, because you know what? The great thing is that you're having the intention of doing so. So I've realized that we need motivation. And a lot of times, a lot of you don't have motivation from other people. It's difficult. Maybe you're alone. Maybe you don't have a partner, or they don't know how to react when you're being too hard on yourself, right? Other than saying, don't be too hard on yourself. And in your mind, you're still being hard on yourself. Like, why did I just react that way? I know better, because in reality, we all know better, right? When we do bad choices and bad decisions, we're always going to beat ourselves up into saying, we could have done so much better. Why did we choose a negative path? Why did I allow myself to have my emotions and my energy go all over the place when I've been training for this? I've been trying to keep that peace, like Jenny's saying, for the longest as I can, and I lost it. And we're human, and you need to always also remember that. You are human, and there are days where energies are not necessarily on your favor. Remember that we're energy. So whatever is happening in the astros, in the astral energy, the energy that's in the universe basically, is shining back at us. So there are days that are very negative. There are days where you're going to get up and it's your choice. The day might have a really weird vibe, but it's up to you if you decide, well, today it's probably, a day where I'm going to go off and fight with everyone. Or today is a day where, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and just take it cool, not have too many conversations because I don't feel myself. And it's totally normal. It's normal to not feel yourself. It's normal to feel a little off. So how do we motivate ourselves? This little baby motivations that we need to actually take control over and not expect somebody else to do it for us. You need to pick the simplest trait that you see as a criticism towards yourself. So let's say if you're somebody that's a jealous person, jealousy is something that you're going to be able to get rid of, but it's going to take some time. If you're somebody that bursts into anger really fast, that's also going to take some time. So let's start with something super simple. Like maybe there's a specific, I am my worst critic. I think we all are, though, right? We're all our worst critics. And it's in a way that's good because we are pushing ourselves to do better. It would be different if we would just say, hey, whatever, it is what it is, and then you don't progress. So it's good to be critical with ourselves. It's also good to give us a little break. So pick something that you've conquered before, maybe, or that is, or it's something new, let's pick a bad habit. Okay, maybe, I don't know, you're starting to grind your teeth, or maybe you're biting your nails, okay? So instead of going straight forward into saying, I want to fix my pessimism, or I want to fix my jealousy, or I want to fix, that negative thinking, or having a bad temper, okay, that rage, that's already doing like one step too far. So start with the little things that you can remind yourself and have this control over. So biting your nails is part of your emotions. This is your nervous system needing to release tension. Grinding your teeth is part of your emotions. When I was in my 20s, oh my God, I remember Enrique telling me that sometimes he couldn't be able to sleep because I would grind my teeth so bad that it would like make a sound like and I'm the type of person that I'll pass out, like I'll sleep with no problem. The moment I go to sleep, I'm asleep in like a minute. And I sleep straight through. But if I'm alone, I have like this like subconscious alarm where if my dogs bark, especially like in the jungle, or like a chicken starts screaming or something, I don't know how, but I wake up from a really deep sleep and I'll just be like, what? And I'll run out. And one day I thought to myself, one day I'm going to have a heart attack because it's not good to get out of bed that fast. It's supposed to be super bad for you. So, if I die suddenly that's probably why. And I can't begin to tell you the amount of times that I've had to run out when we were building here in the jungle. Well, I was staying in the cabin, and it's right next to the chicken coop. And we've had like attacks from not foxes or possums or hurones. I don't know how to say it in English. And yeah, I would run out when I would hear a chicken scream because they're very vicious. And how? I have no idea. Anyway, I'm losing my we're going somewhere else now. So why was I talking about sleeping all of a sudden? I totally lost myself. Hi guys, looks like more rain for Tulum. Yes, we're having more rain. So let's go back in time now. Picking on something that you can control. Okay, grinding your teeth. There it was. See, brain fart. So if you grind your teeth, then be aware of this, and obviously wear a mask for your teeth, or do exercises in the day, or actually massaging like this part right here, your jawline. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen videos of like face yoga, but actually draining your face from fluids. And when you get to this area right here, if you're stressed out and you're somebody that grinds your teeth, you're gonna feel a lot of pain when you get to this area. I mean, like, you're literally gonna feel like it's, yeah, a lot of, like a really sharp pain. So try it now and you'll tell me. Anyway, so these kind of situations, like your nails or grinding your teeth, or maybe you're pulling your hair. Enrique used to pull his hair from his eyebrows. Like, you have no eyebrows. It was just like this nervous tick. So something that you can see results in, okay? If you're doing something physically to your body that is not good and you're seeing that result, that is what I want you to focus in, to change. Why? Because once you start actually controlling that physical situation, you're going to get a reward back, and that's going to be your mini motivation, where you don't need anybody else to tell you. That's going to be your motivation of saying, oh my God, I stopped biting my nails and they look so pretty now, like, so you're going to start feeling like this mental thing actually works. I'm aware that no, I don't need to do it. So it's like you're bringing back this attention, this mental attention to yourself, and saying, that this is wrong. You can physically see it or feel it, right? And like I said, I guess there could be so many ticks. So whatever it is that you have, and once you conquer that one, you can start going to the rest. But I do feel like we thrive from motivation, and I think that's also why social media is such a big thing in today's world, because people need that dopamine of reading and hearing, oh, you look great, you're so beautiful, wow, that looks great on you. And it's like, oh, really? Thank you so much. And you feel good about yourself. So what about being our own motivational leaders into actually saying, wow, I'm so happy about myself because I finally conquered this little bit. And start with the simplest thing. I repeat, the simplest thing that you can just say, I'm going to stop doing this. And little by little, every time you do it, you're going to remember yourself and say, wait, no, I can't. This is my first test. I'm going to stop doing this. Okay. And once you stop doing it, then that's going to make you feel empowered so that you continue with something deeper. And little by little, you will get to those stages of actually being in situations where wherever it is you are and whatever it is that's happening around you, you're going to have this inner peace that nothing and nobody can literally take away from you. Of course, I repeat, we are humans, so there is a possibility. But at the end of the day, it's your choice. So I don't know, this just came to my mind today. I hope it makes sense, and I hope that it helps you somehow, because speaking back about me, like the jaw thing, I remember going to the dentist, and the dentist said, you have, like, your molars are, like, I was 20, and they're like, they're wasted? No, like they're used as if you were like 30 something or 40. I'm like, oh no, and that's because I grinded my teeth. And I stopped thinking about it, but I started focusing on myself. I started focusing on bettering my emotions, purging, cleansing myself, and it went away by itself. But the thing is that working with energy is a little bit easier to do these kind of trainings. So since you're alone in your home, no pongamos esa, por favor. Since you're alone in your home, I feel like you're going to want to do something that you can get rid of easily. If you maybe the first thing you do when you wake up is have a glass of alcohol, that's something that is easily put away. And I would say cigarettes, but I know that some people say it's so hard. But the thing is that it's also all up here. Enrique smoked for 40 years, and just one day he woke up and said, I'm not going to smoke anymore. And hasn't smoked since. So it's at the end of the day is how strong is your mind to not have any addictions, to not have any bad habits that destroy your physical health and your mental health, and how do you get there, right? So baby steps, baby steps. So what do you have that's a tick that you would like to get rid of? I would love to know. I fall out of bed. I need to go back to sleeping in a baby crib. Oh my God, that's so funny. I'm sorry. Well, you know what you should do? I have your answer. Get yourself 2 more mattresses, but not the expensive ones. The ones that are like, the cushions that you put on top of the mattress, they're like $100. Get the foam mattresses and put one on each side. So that's it. All you're doing is extending your bed. So when you fall, you just keep sleeping. There you go. Easy. I use a night guard because I do grind my teeth while I'm sleeping. Okay, David. I actually never used a night guard, and it just went away on its own when I started cleansing the negativity out of my body. But since, I always say, like, don't use my example as a perfect example because there's so many I guess exclusions when it comes to working with energy in my case. But yeah, it's something that obviously you're asleep and you're like, well, how do I stop grinding my teeth? Obviously the night guard will be the way to go. I haven't done it since. So hello, Jenny, how are you? Once you dressed just like Bo Derek in the 1979 film 10. In that movie, she plays a character called Jenny and she loves Mexico. How apt. Really? I had no idea. What movie is it? I'm gonna have to look it up. I love Bo Derek. She was definitely a 10. She's still alive, right? I used to pluck my eyebrows when I was with my ex, had all sorts of odd behaviors. I gained 60 pounds and didn't take care of myself. I started small with my eyebrows and then my nails. Yikes. Yeah, these are like triggers. These are things that you need to keep like in total mind because this is your mind and your body telling you like something is not right. Your energy is like like literally it's like in short circuit right now. But if your energy is at peace, and I can talk about this because I'm in that stage, and it's beautiful how you are. Somebody asked me the other day, Jenny, who do you admire? And not to sound cocky, but I said I don't look up to anybody. I mean, other than my relationship, my husband is my number one like rooter, of course. But I've never looked up to anybody really, and I think I'm my best admirer. Not to be like I'm the best, but in a sense that I know where I was and I know where I am today, and it feels so great. And I think that's how it's gonna feel for everybody that ever overcomes any kind of situations, obstacles, or bits about yourself to become that better version of yourself. It's so rewarding. It's so rewarding to be in a stage where you have absolute total peace that you just want everybody to be in that cloud with you. So that's what I'm trying to do, you guys. We're trying to get you in the cloud. New Zealand fan, can I send you soft kiwi bird only found in New Zealand? Soft kiwi bird? Is it a bird or is it a kiwi? I mean, because I am pretty sure I'm not allowed to get fruits through customs, and I'm not sure if I can get a bird, but I would love to have a bird. Oh man, thank you. Hey girl, how are you on this Friday night? I'm doing shabby. Tudo está boa noite. Gringa, está tudo bem? Tudo bom? Good evening, young lady. Hi, Dedra. How are you? Hi. I can't cope with a big change, but sometimes a big change makes wonderful things happen. So by thinking of the glorious reward, that makes me want to do the change. See, that's exactly what I was talking about. It's like we're human and we need that little motivation. But we're going to get distressed and we're going to get more stress when we see that we're not getting there. You're going to be like, Jenny's telling me, repeat, let me see if I missed something. Disappointment. The worst thing that we could do is disappoint ourselves, okay? So when I talk to you about controlling your emotions and you go to work tonight or tomorrow and you lash out at your manager, you're going to be like, oh, where did all that talk from jennylive go? Where is my meditation going? Why wasn't I able to keep it together? And that's a disappointment. And then you're going to say, this stuff doesn't work. And you're going to leave it at that. And you're never going to try it again because you're not moving forward. So start baby steps, something small, something you can see. Maybe it's getting up in the morning and making your bed. There's some people, I don't know the names, but there's some people that say that if you make your bed the first thing that you get up in the morning, it's your first accomplishment. So that is good for your mental health. It's good for your motivation towards the day, and it's a positive step forward. Something that you want to do, but you haven't really gotten like the to do it, like the strength to do it. Put an alarm on and start doing that. But something that you can feel proud of. Maybe you want to start going to the gym, or you want to start walking every day and jogging, or you want to take your dog out and you haven't done it in a while. So put an alarm on, and no matter what, do what the alarm says. Don't just snooze it. Okay, and that's going to be a motivation. That's going to make you feel like, nice, I finally was able to do, something that I wanted for a whole week, and then so on and so forth. So you're going and you're progressing slowly. And these little baby changes that we're talking about are going to have huge consequences, not only in your mental health and in your energy because you feel rewarded and you feel good about it, but also in the things that you're going to start attracting. So you'd be surprised. Made it just in time. Hi, Martin. Well, we're about to call it quits, but good to see you. Good to read you. Hi, Jenny. How are you? Just thought you should know it's my birthday in 1 week. Amazing. I'm not going to say happy birthday yet. So in 1 week, tell me again. My girlfriend needs to take over 6,000 walking steps every day. Okay, not bad. You know what my husband started doing when here in the jungle? I haven't. I have a walkaway. It's it's a huge property, but he doesn't like walking on the earth. So so he started walking back and forward like in the actual studio. It's really long, so it's just open the doors and walk. And he says I have to do 6,000 steps a day, and he literally started counting them. And I just said nothing because the worst thing you could do is make fun of somebody that's actually trying to do better. So I looked at him and I said, I think what you're doing is great, motivating. So yeah, 6,000 steps. I mean, go out, get the mail 100 times, no. But go out for a walk if you have around, wherever. Yeah, awesome. I meant soft kiwi toy. Okay, it's a toy. Is it a perverted toy? No. I mean, it's a soft kiwi toy sounds just like, what? Why do you want to send me that? No. I love gifts, you guys. So yes, of course, you can send me whatever you want. I graduated from high school 20 years ago this month. Wow. I don't keep track of that. Interesting that you keep track of your, okay, high school must have been great for you. I graduated from high school 46 years ago. Oh, right. 20 years ago, 46. See, we have people from all ages. I love it. All right, guys. But the best thing is that we're all working towards our best mental training and our best motivational traits. So that's where we want to go to today. We will see you tomorrow tomorrow's Saturday. We will see you Monday. I hope you guys enjoyed and I hope you're doing great. And don't forget, just keep aiming forward, keep fighting for your best self, and don't give up. Okay, stay positive. Love you. Have an amazing evening.